Okay, this is one of my absolute favorite lessons, and I know I say that every single time, but this is seriously so cool, as you can see right here. This lesson goes out to my family in Pennsylvania. Hopefully, they are watching and understanding this and getting a lot out of these lessons. So, we are going to create a gradient today. And gradients are just so much fun because they're so beautiful. They are one color blending into another color. And so we see examples of gradients all the time in clothing and certainly in graphic arts, in posters, in packaging. Look on a cereal box and you're going to see one color sort of blending into another or one color getting lighter. And those are gradients and they are so much fun to create in HTML. So we are here. This is our end product that we're going to do. And it's sort of nice to see what we're going to do at the beginning and how it's going to look. So we're just not running into an empty space. So this sort of gives our brains an idea of what we're doing. This is our H1. Gradients are so cool. That's our heading 1. And we don't have any styling here. It's just heading has its own styling. So it's bigger and it's bolder than the rest of our words. We have our paragraph right here, our P tag. This linear gradient starts at the top. It starts red, transitioning to yellow. And so we have some really cool reds up here, some oranges and some yellows. And then I added, just for some fun, I love gradients in the middle of this gradient here. And we're going to be doing some new tags to make this look super cool. I added, first of all, the font size is bigger. I changed the font to white. It's aligned in the center. And it has some cool letter spacing of 30 pixels and a line height of 2 that pushed it down a little bit. So we're going to be going through all of that today. So much fun. We're going to start from the beginning. Don't you worry. And I'm going to have all the steps written out on my webpage, like I always do, easycodesforkids.com. Okay, I can't wait to get started. Okay, so go over here. We're in codepen.io. And if you haven't done this already, go into New Pen. So you're logged in into CodePen and then go to New Pen. If you don't understand how to log on to CodePen and to create a profile and to register, go ahead and go to my first videos and they will show you step by step how to use this awesome free development website. Love CodePen. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so here we are. We're in a new pen, and as usual, these are the guts of the code up here, and then what the readers see, what our users see, is down here in real time. So the very first thing that we want to do is go here into our HTML window and open bracket, exclamation point, doc type, and HTML. And this just tells our browser how to display what we are writing here. And then the next line is open bracket, HTML, close bracket. Next line, open bracket, head. And this is information for our web page and might not necessarily be seen by our users, but it's important for our web page and how it displays and how it is categorized. So in head, let's give it a title. And if you've watched my videos before, you know, or if you know HTML, that the title does not go down here. It goes up here and it's seen in our browser tab by users who are going from tab to tab. So this is what a title is up here. Okay, so title. Let's do my web page about gradients. And then end our title tag, open bracket / title, end bracket. Then let's end our head tag. Awesome. Now we're going to go into our body tag, and this is what the users do see. This is what our readers do see, and you're going to see it cropping up down here. Okay, so we're going to do our H1 right here, and that is a heading 1, and we are going to say gradients are so cool. Awesome. And we see it right there as we end our heading tag. There it is. Now this doesn't have any styling with it. It's nice and big and bold. It is one of the tools that Google uses to search your website when it's pulling up results for people. When people go into Google and search for things, this is one of the things that Google reads in your website to say, oh, hey, they're looking for gradients. Let me shoot this web page to them. So that is a very important statement in our web page. And underneath, let's do a paragraph. Okay. Okay, so for our paragraph, we are going to say this linear gradient starts at the top, red to yellow. Let's put transitioning the colors red to yellow. Okay, and that just sort of explains to our readers what we're doing. And we end our P tag. Fantastic. Okay, so we have a heading and we have a paragraph. And now let's go for our div. Div. Now a div is just sort of a section in HTML, and they're super useful. We can do all kinds of things with our divs. So we're going to do so this is a new tag, and it's open bracket div, and it's just a divided section unto itself. It's a little island. It's a way to organize our code. It's a nice break for our readers. It helps our web pages look really good, and so readers can find information quickly and scan our web pages, and it makes them want to come back and read our web pages because they're well organized, and this is going to be nice and colorful too. So we have our div, and we're going to give it a class. And the class is another way that we're going to go ahead and organize our thoughts here. So our class name is going to be gradient. So every class that we call gradient is going to look exactly the same. So if we have 10 classes named gradient 1, they're all going to look exactly the same. And you'll see what I mean as we go on. Okay, so we have a div. We've given it a class. It's called, it's equals apostrophe gradient 1, close apostrophe, because I wanted to put something nice and descriptive there for our name. And then we end that tag, and then let's end our div tag. And that's open bracket, or I'm sorry, that's open bracket / div, close bracket. Now, in the middle here, I want to go ahead and put something. So our gradient actually says something. So I'm going to say, I love gradients, exclamation point. Okay, and you see it pop up down here. Now, it looks just like a paragraph, and there are some similarities between these two. But we are going to style this, and our paragraph is just going to stay words right here, but this is going to look fantastic. Okay, so now let's go ahead and close our body. So open bracket / body, close bracket, open bracket / HTML, close our HTML tag. Okay, so we have all the beginnings that we need. Now we need to tell this gradient how to look. So we've given it a class name. So over here in our CSS, let's go ahead and add a little bit of style to this gradient. So let's call this gradient. So it is period gradient 1, because that's the name. Open curly bracket, enter. Let's give ourselves some space here. I like to have lots of space. The first thing that I want to do is just to add a simple background color. So background dash color. Now, semicolon red, and then semicolon to end it. Now, I find that a lot of my students will spell background back and then round, not background. And when you leave this G out, look what happens. It doesn't understand what you're trying to do. It doesn't understand the command. So go ahead and make sure, if your color isn't coming up, make sure that you've actually spelled background with a G. And then you have a dash color red. Now, For those of you thinking, ooh, I can change this into a million different colors, you're absolutely right. You can change that into orange. You can change that into yellow. You can change this into green. Oh, that's Minka. You can change this into lime. For those of you who don't know, I have an Alaskan Malamute and a Bernese Mountain Dog, and they are always barking in the background. So check out my videos where I feature Minka and Bear because they like to be part of the these classes as well. Aqua. Ooh, look how cool that aqua is. Purple. You can't really see I love gradients in that purple. Let's try violet. Ooh, that's so pretty. Awesome. Okay, so that's super fun to play with, but that is not our gradient. So let's go ahead and leave it background color, red. Let's go to the next line and we're going to do background dash image. And we're going to say linear background image, linear gradient. And we're going to put parentheses, red, comma, yellow. And we're going to give that a semicolon at the end. Okay, ooh, you can already see it. I love gradients, and there's red transitioning into yellow. Fantastic. Now, this is really itty bitty, teeny weeny tiny, okay? And it's sort of smashed on the side. So let's go up here and let's give it a margin equals, or I'm sorry, margin colon 20 pixels. Okay, nicer. Let's do a width for our box, for our div box here. Let's do a width of 200 pix. Ooh, okay. And let's do a height of Let's do 400 pix, 400 px. Ooh, okay, that's 2. I don't like that. And let's make this width 1200. Okay, I like that better. That's cool. Okay, awesome. So it's nice, it's contained, we've given it a width and a height. Now, you can come over here and say, ooh, I don't like that. I want to go ahead and make this 600. Whoa, look at how pretty. You can really see that gradient with 600. You could make it 1200. And then there's like a solid block of red, solid block of orange, solid block of yellow. I'm going to go ahead and leave it a little bit smaller at 400 so we can see it nicely on our screen. Okay. Now, I want to go ahead and I don't like these words sort of smashed over in the side like that. So let's do, first of all, color white. And that will make my color in my words, I love gradients, in my gradient white. So this has turned my I love gradients white, which is awesome. Okay, now let's do a little bit of, I don't like how this is smashed over in the side. Let's fix that a little bit. So let's do line height, so line dash height, colon, 2, semicolon. Okay, that's moved it down a little tiny bit. Now let's move it into the center, shall we? Let's do text, align, and all of these are nice, fun new tags that you can play with, colon, center. And this does not have to be capitalized. That can be lowercase. I'm capitalizing it just to keep it consistent with that, the white being capitalized here. Okay, so now it's in the center. I still sort of don't like that, so let's do letter dash spacing, colon, and let's do 30px semicolon. Ooh, that's looking cooler. And let's make that bigger. Oh, there's Bear barking at something. Font size. We've used font size before. 50px. Oh, now it's getting better. Okay. And let's do, so we've done color white, line height 2, text align center, text spacing 30, font size 50. Let's change this to, what if we do font size 70? How big is it? Ooh, that's even cooler. Let's try 90. Ooh, that's even better. I like that. Okay, awesome. Now, what we can do next is we can use this as a background and we can put pictures in it. We can print it. We can send this as like a fun little card to our grandparents right now that we might not be able to see in person. I love you. I'm thinking about you. We could make this into, we could download this and make this into any type of logo that we wanted to do. Send this to a teacher, send this to friends. You can put anything you want right here. So let's go ahead and instead of I love gradients, just say I love you. And you could send that as a card. You could say, I miss you. How about I am thinking about you. Let's see where that goes. Ooh, that's cute. How about I miss school. Yes. Yes. That is what I miss. Okay. So let's go up here and let's have some fun with this. Let's do green to yellow. What does green to yellow look like? Ooh, that's sort of funky. Let's change this. I miss school because I know you guys do not miss school. I am so happy. Like that. Okay. Let's do green to purple and see what that looks like. That might be really super dark. Ooh, that is sort of cool for St. Patrick's Day that was yesterday. I like that. Okay, so I am challenging you now. Come up with all kinds of, and if the linear gradient does not work, you're right. You will see this red background. That's why that background color is there, just in case this doesn't work. Okay, so I am challenging you now. What can you come up with right here? Send some screenshots, send some love, and for this channel, and I will go ahead and post these on my Facebook group and on my web page. Eventually, we're pretty swamped right now, but we will get this up there. So send that to easycodesforkids@gmail.com. Okay, and let us know what you're creating with these gradients. So before we go, let's go into our pen here. Let's do number 4, code card challenge. Okay, and go into settings, and it has our pen title right there that we just did. Let's in our description, we are learning about gradients and font and styling, just to be super nerdy. And then we're going to do save and close. And then I always give myself a save and a heart. I heart my own work. I don't care. I heart it all day long, baby. Okay, so thank you so much and come back for more.